Have no doubt, Candace Parker is a star. And looking at her career, it's clear that she's unwilling to compromise on who she is in her personal and professional life. Let's take a look at her career, as it's a fascinating ride and might give some insight into what she might do moving forward. Growing up, it was clear that CP had basketball genetics, as her dad Larry played college ball and her oldest brother Anthony played 9 years in the NBA and then 6 years in Europe. Larry coached her growing up and described CP as being a little bit spoiled, as she was the only girl with 2 older brothers. She initially shied away from basketball and played every other sport except basketball. The initial reluctance was likely due to always being dragged to the gym to watch her dad or brothers play while growing up. However, her height drew her back to basketball, and once she made the travel team, her love for the sport began to grow. Often kids learn to love what they're good at, and have no doubt Candace Parker was good at basketball. Parker led her high school team to 2 Illinois state championships in 2003 and 4. She was the consensus choice as Illinois Player of the Year 3 times and capped her high school career by winning the dunk contest against boys at the 2004 McDonald's All-American game. That she played her senior year was amazing, as she tore her ACL in her left knee during the summer and played during the second half of the season despite not being 100%. She then went on to play for the U.S. team at the Women's Junior World Championship and showed up to Tennessee her freshman year with a swollen left knee. The University of Tennessee Athletic Training Department is the real unsung hero in the Candace Parker story, as they did not allow her to play through her knee injury, and she ultimately wound up undergoing surgery to reattach her meniscus and missed her entire freshman year. After 12 months of rehab, she returned to her dominating self. As a sophomore, Parker became the first woman to dunk in an NCAA tournament game and then won back-to-back titles for the Vols and Pat Summitt in 2007 and 2008. While in Knoxville, Parker met her future husband, Sheldon Williams, who was playing for the Atlanta Hawks. Parker was drafted by the Los Angeles Sparks in 2008 and became the face of the franchise. She won the MVP and Rookie of the Year award in her first season while playing pregnant. She won a championship with the Sparks in 2016 while raising her daughter Layla with Williams in Los Angeles. With a daughter and a championship, everything was perfect, but it wasn't. She separated from Williams in August 2016, and Williams asked for the official end of their marriage 3 months later. Parker paid Williams $400K in the divorce settlement. They divided the profits of their home in Encino, which they sold for $3.75 million. There were rumors that Parker was having an affair with Russian basketball player Anna Petrakova, whom she played with while playing overseas. However, nothing was confirmed. In 2019, the couple got married but didn't reveal their status until the end of 2021, when Parker announced on Instagram that she and Petrakova had reached their second wedding anniversary. In her post, Parker thanked Petrakova for loving Layla as your own and noted that her daughter is pumped for a big sister. After the Sparks championship in 2016, her basketball life got more complicated after coach Brian Agler left the Sparks at the end of the 2018 season. Derek Fisher took over, and they clashed at the end of the 2019 season, when Fisher reportedly became upset when Parker suggested they needed to implement counters to Connecticut's trapping defense. Fisher benched Parker during the fourth quarter of an elimination game, which clearly annoyed and angered Parker, who seethed while answering questions telling reporters that she was healthy. The Sparks wound up letting Parker leave via free agency after the 2020 season, but she got the ultimate revenge by winning the championship in her first season with the Sky in 2021, which resulted in Derek Fisher getting the meme treatment. Some Spark fans have hoped that Parker might return to LA, seeing that Derek Fisher was fired in 2022, which coincides with her being a free agent. However, this seems unlikely, as Fisher's been replaced by Kurt Miller, who called out Miller after beating the Sky in the playoffs when he made a point of saying how the Sun had beat Candace Parker in the playoffs 3 out of the last 4 years. Parker fired back at Miller and his inability to win a championship, saying that she hangs championship banners and he hangs conference banners. After losing to the Sun, Parker was clearly dejected and said she was unsure if she would return in 2023, as she wanted to make sure that she did not cheat the game, saying, "So when I'm not able to go out and play and be Candace that I want to be, I won't play, and I think that comes in the offseason." The 2-time MVP also works as the NBA analyst for Turner Sports and finds it challenging to stay in shape while balancing her 2 careers, saying, "I'm game for playing 5-6 more WNBA seasons if I could literally have an easy button of getting in shape," Parker said. "That's the problem. It's the being in the studio, which I love, but then waking up in the morning and working out before going on air. it's the travel, it's the off season. So really, it's unclear what Parker will do moving forward. What is clear is that she's unwilling to compromise. She sees slippage in her game and is not able to be the player that she thinks she should be, then she'll likely give it away. So what do you think will happen? Do you see Parker coming back in 2023? And if so, for the Sky, or what team do you see her playing for? Leave your comments below. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.